God bless you, my friends. This is Pastor Jay, your life coach. Listen, I am quite excited about 2026. I believe through and by God's grace that it is going to be a good year. It is going to be a good year in which we're going to see God do some great things. And also he's going to give us new assignments. And let me say this to you. With new assignments, we need fresh oil. We need fresh fire. When we speak about the oil, particularly from the Old Testament, it speaks of God's approval and affirmation upon our lives. Those whom God has released an assignment to, he would often anoint those individuals like the kings and the priests and the prophets. David, he was anointed not once, but 3 times in his life. Solomon was even anointed. In the New Testament, Jesus, the Son of the living God, he was anointed. He's called the Christos of God, the anointed one, the Mashiach of God, the Father. And therefore, we need new anointings for fresh revelation, for fresh vision, and for fresh ministry work that God is going to bring us into in the year 2026. Glory to God. In the African wilderness, there's what's called a pygmy hippo. This pygmy hippo produces a secretion of oil out of its ears. Let me tell you what these creatures would do. They would rub that oil, they would rub their heads to the tree to get that oil out, and eventually they will rub that oil onto its body, and it will cool that hippo from the African sun. It will cool their bodies down to protect it from the African sun. Now, I don't know about you, but I've been in Africa a few times, and that sun can be detrimental. So I understand. And so God is saying in this hour, as we move and progress into 2026, we need the oil of God upon our lives. We need the glory of God. Moses had said to God when God wanted to take him to the next level, I'm not going nowhere unless your glory go before me. He wanted the ointment of God. He wanted the oil of God. He wanted God's power. And let me tell you what, before we take one step or make one move, we need God's glory upon our lives. Everything that we do, what comes out of our mouths, every assignment, every planning, every obligation, we need God's approval upon it. Because if God's approval is not on it, we're just wasting our time and operating in flesh and blood. But we need, I say it again, we need God's glory. And I pray that you will fast and pray and seek God's will and allow him to be God in your life as we pursue new oil and new grace over our lives. This is Pastor Jay. Make sure you like, share, and follow me. God bless you, my friends. This is Pastor Jay, your life coach. Listen, I am quite excited about 2026. I believe through and by God's grace that it is going to be a good year. It is going to be a good year in which we're going to see God do some great things. And also he's going to give us new assignments. And let me say